G'day my friends. I thought it'd be a really good idea to show you exactly what's in my truck, my self-sufficiency supplies for my backyard, because I'm ramping things up this spring and I reckon you might get a few really good pointers at the same time. Let's go, shall we? Man, these sugarcane bales are dusty. Whew. Right, let's get stuck in it. These are really heavy, but if you see anything that you like, let me know and I might make a video a bit extra about how I'm going to use it and stuff. But I'm going to talk a lot about that in each of these products that I've got here in the back of the old trusty ute. I call it the Silver Fox. Trusty is a short nickname for her. Oh. Let's zoom in here. Look, even the chickens have come to see what's going on. Go away! Don't go near the veggie garden. Alright, let's get stuck in, shall we? Okay, so everything's covered in dust and the sugarcane. They must store it in some type of shed so it doesn't get wet, keep it really dry, and it does get quite dusty, so it's over everything. But we'll just do what we can to fire away this content for you so you can look at what I'm using and possibly implement it as well. Now, you don't need these exact brands and things, depending where you are and what country you are, where you live, etc. There's probably different brands around, but it's same old, same old. And if you like these brands I'm talking about here, maybe you'll go with those as well if we're in, say, northern New South Wales, Australia, or certain parts of Australia where you can get access to these brands. Now, this is dolomite here. Now, dolomite, calcium, magnesium. Calcium breaks up clay soils. It separates the particles with water, helps the clay come apart so the roots that go down. Clay has a lot of nutrient in it. It just needs to be separated and increase organic matter, and it becomes one of the best soils around. So, dolomite. This 20 kilo bag, 21 kilo bag, cost me, I don't know, I'd have to have a look on the receipt. I think it was about $15 or something like that. So anyway, that's going to come to use, and we'll do the whole yard, I reckon, that 20 kilo. But we'll let you know how that goes. And if you want to learn more about how I'm doing that in the backyard, maybe let me know down below. If we get a few people interested, I'll make a piece of content on it. The next one, oh, I've already put a hole in it. It's a paper bag. The next one, Searles Premium Potting Mix. Now, this one, I very rarely go for potting mixes because I generally have made my own over the years, right? Compost, and then the worm castings be growing all my plants. But this, I've used this in my horticultural life over the years, and it's something that I recommend to people when they can't get hold of a good quality compost and they can't get hold of worm castings. Something that will grow plants really well and slowly release the nutrients. Now, this bag, 65 litres, quite a big bag, and it'll go quite a long way. It's got a lot of extra nutrients in it that the plants actually require for superior growth. And you know, it has things like extra minerals and stuff like that. Instead of just an NPK, it's more of a broad spectrum fertilizer in here. Now, I generally stay away from chemical fertilizers. I very rarely use them. But in pots, you've got to remember that a plant uptakes nutrient differently in a pot. It's actually when the water hits the nutrient, whatever it is, whether it be some chicken pellets or some worm castings and things like that, then the roots suck it up. Now, in the ground, it's transpiring and getting the sunlight, hitting the leaves, hitting the microbes, and then breaking it up, and also whatever's breaking down the soil is also being taken up. So there's two versions of it. So in a pot, it can be very different, and it's not too bad, something like this. And I'll use this until I get everything else set up, and then I'll probably never have to buy another bag ever again if all goes well. Now, I'll just flip this one over here, and I'll show you one of my favourites when I'm not making my own compost, what I buy. I do have one of the cheap ones that I buy from Bunnings every now and again. I add my own additives to it, but that's really a whole other video, and you don't really save a lot of money doing that. Now, this one, oh, if I can get it out. Yeah. Let's go, Marty, come on. Samson. I've got me long Samson hair on. Get this one out of the way. I'm telling you, it'll be worth it. If we can get it up. Not as strong as I used to be. Righto. 55 in a couple of months. Searles 5 in 1. Yep, an organic fertilising compost. Enhanced, long-lasting formula, 10 major ingredients, improves plant vigour. It's got an organic fertiliser right through it, and it's got minerals and seaweed and all that really blood and bone and all that really cool stuff in it that plants need to survive and thrive. Whew. That got me going. Now this will be going into when I'm doing the holes, putting the holes into the clay after I've done the clay separation with the dolomite, and then I'll produce more organic matter that way, throw in a bit of the worm castings, put some mulch over top, and voila, wonderful stuff. Around about $20 for a bag, 65 litres. That's pretty cheap, goes a long way. And I'll also use it like to mix in with the Searles potting mix. I'll mix a handful of that in with the worm castings to go further and get a better quality product for myself. And I'll use it like on top of the bales and to feed plants, and you can even make a liquid drench out of it. Just put it into a bucket, water it down, get it nice and wet, and use that as a fertilizer that way. So this stuff goes a really, really long way, and I quite like it. Like I said, if I'm not making it, this is the one that I buy, and this is the one that I recommend, Searles 5 in 1. Now, I'm not paid or anything like that from this company. I don't even know them, but yeah, I recommend it. Now, at the back here, you can see the bales. Now, I'm using them to build up the soil profile, put them down, do the bale gardens, build the gardens on top, and also, you know, throw it around as a mulch, different things. It's got multi-uses. I'm also using it in the worm farms and things like that after curing process and stuff. So I'll be adding these slowly and every fortnight to my space if I've got the money. Start improving these soils here. So you see, it's all about building the soil. So, well, the mantra, feed the soil, not the plants. And what I'm doing is I'm actually building a soil that's going to be so deep and rich that it actually becomes its own commodity. Not a commodity, I shouldn't say, that's not the right word, but it becomes an asset to me, because once that soil is really healthy, full of worms, full of microbes, full of great stuff, chickens can go around, they can get more food. I've got to feed them less. They're doing the pest problems and everything like that at the same time. I'm building these soils, the roots are going down. When it's raining, I'm storing the water in the soil profile in the dry times. The roots can move through freely, and I'm creating this, you know, amazing place that plants and animals just love to hang out together and get plenty of food at the same time. So hopefully you've enjoyed that piece of content, you've gotten something out of it. Leave a comment or a question down below. Love to hear from you. I appreciate all support you guys while I've made this change here to my new home on the, well, I was going to say the mid-north coast, but that's what I was before, on the far north coast in the Byron Shire. You have a great day, happy gardening, worm farming, and I'll see you at the next video real soon. Bye for now.